I'm going to measure the freebore of my 700 Remington in 223 so that I can find out how far off the lands the bullet is after it's seated. Now I've already done this with my 30-06, and I seat my bullets about 15 thousandths off the lands, which gives me very good accuracy. So now I'm going to take my 700 Remington in 223, and I'm going to measure how far off the lands my bullets are. And to do this, I have a full-length resized 223 case and a 53 grain Hornady VMAX. Now I set my 223 seat crimp die up so that it does not crimp, and I've backed the seater plug out maybe 80 thousandths. So without a primer or powder, I'm going to load a dummy bullet, or seat a bullet in a case that the bullet sticks out a lot farther than the normal seating depth. So here I have a bullet seated in a full-length resized case that is well beyond the normal seating depth. Now to see if it touches the lands, I'll put that in the chamber of the rifle, and then I'll push on the back of the case to drive the bullet into the lands of the rifling. And if I tip the rifle up like so, and the cartridge bullet assembly does not fall out, then I know that it is stuck in the lands of the rifling. So to get it out of there, I have to take a gun rod and tap the cartridge so that the bullet comes out of the lands of the rifling. So that I know that this bullet is touching the lands. So what I'll do is I'll take my seat die and I'll seat that down so that it seats the bullet about another 5 thousandths into the case. Push the bullet into the case. Put the bullet back in the chamber of the rifle. Press on the bottom of the case to drive the bullet into the lands, and then tip the rifle up to see if the bullet is stuck in the lands. And it's not sliding out, so the bullet is still into the lands of the rifle. Now I will have to repeat that procedure until the bullet case assembly slides back out of the chamber of the rifle so that the bullet is not pinched in the lands, and I'll know the exact length by the length of the cartridge how far off the lands the normal seating depth is. By seating a few thousandths at a time, I have gotten to the point where I can put the bullet in the chamber, push on it with my finger, lift the gun up, and the bullet slides out of the chamber. So I now have a dummy round that is at the maximum length that I can see the bullet and have it just off the lands of the rifling. So now that I have a dummy round that is just off the lands, I can measure the dummy round and see how far off the lands I am seating this bullet to the recommended overall length. Now the overall length right now is 2.323, which is about 78 thousandths of an inch more than what the bullet manufacturers recommends for an overall length. So if I seat this to the recommended 2.240, it'll be 68 thousandths off the lands. Now I would like to try a load with these bullets seated 15 thousandths off the lands. And I can now calculate that because I've measured the Freebore and the distance off the lands with a dummy cartridge.